everyone, this is Renee Romeo of reneeromeo.com. Today I'm inviting you into my closet to show you how I reorganize this small space. Now I have a lot of clothing of all different lengths. I have shoes, I have accessories, and you know what? I don't have a whole lot of space. So I'm going to show you some great tips and tricks that you can incorporate into your own closet and make your closet the best organized room in the house. So here's a sneak peek at my walk-in closet. It's a 4x8 space. It has a robe hanging behind the door, and this built-in shelving unit is wonderful, but it acts as a catch-all for shoes, clothing, you name it, it goes there. And cringeworthy moment, there's my bug-infested light fixture that needs to be cleaned. I have some luggage hanging on a top shelf. I have long blouses hanging on a closet rod, and then some shorter tops hanging below that. The one really wonderful feature currently of this closet is that I can hang my pants nice and long on this closet rod. But here's really the problem area. There's a giant empty space above it and above the shelving unit itself. We're going to take care of all this and make sure we're not wasting any space. So let's address the shoe situation first. You know, open shelving is really wonderful for storing shoes, but you can see here how much space I'm not really utilizing, and especially when you have shoes of different heights, you're really not taking advantage of all the space that you have. So one of the things that I'm going to do here is I'm going to utilize some plastic storage bins. Now these are shoebox size. They're really wonderful. They're clear plastic so you can see through them, but not only that, you have the ability to label these. So I'm not just going to label them with words. I've actually taken photographs of every single shoe, and I'm going to cut these out and I'm going to just adhere them to the plastic container. What that's going to do is it's going to make it so easy for me to just open my closet door, get a visual on the box, and really just grab it and go. And it also allows me to stack these. Now when I'm able to stack these, I don't get this situation of all of this wasted space with different height shoes. Now each one of these photos is printed out at 2 by 2 3/4 inches, and I have a piece of clear plastic packing tape. I'm just going to place it over the top. Then I can grab the side of the container and just press it in place. Well, this is starting to look just like a shoe store, and I absolutely love it. You know, the only problem is I'm trying to fit a third bin in here and it won't fit. So what I need to do is adjust my shelving. Now, I don't have adjustable shelving, but what I do have are some pegs here that are actually drilled into the side panels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some pilot holes in here and actually move the pegs up, so that way I can actually eliminate this empty space that's wasted space. So you can do the exact same thing. Let me go get the drill bit and show you how I do it. So here is the peg that I pulled out. Now the peg is the exact same diameter as this drill bit. So you can see, you can just put it up like this and measure it out. And what I'm going to do here is I'm taking a piece of masking tape because I'd like to control the depth. I don't want the drill bit to go out the side of this panel. So what I'm going to do is just hold this up to the end of the drill bit, put a piece of tape on here so I know I'm not going to drill beyond that. This is my stopping point right here. So let's go ahead and drill in our holes. They're already marked, so here we go. I hold this nice and level. Now this is going to fit in perfectly. And you may need a pair of pliers to pull these out because they might be in really tight. Now that I have 2 extra shelves, I have folded clothing on those shelves, and then all the rest of the shelving is full of my wonderful boxed up shoe boxes. They look fantastic and they're so easy to identify. So now we're going to move on to the space above it. Well, now that the light fixture is squeaky clean, I can see so much better in this space. And you know what? Check your own light fixtures and make sure that all your bulbs are working correctly. And if you don't have electricity in your closet, go ahead and grab one of those LED press lights that are battery operated. You know what? It'll illuminate your space and make your items that much easier to find. I'm also looking up for some extra storage solutions. So what I'm doing here is I'm installing closet rods way up high on the side wall and the back wall. And I know what you're thinking. How on earth are you going to access any items that you hang on those rods? But I'm going to show you a great, super easy DIY tool that's going to help you access all of your clothing that you hang on those rods very easily and very inexpensively. So as you can see behind me, I am not using the same kind of custom closet system that was installed here originally. I'm going with something much more DIY friendly, and this is just a simple rod bracket. So this rod bracket is really heavy duty. It'll hold a boatload of clothing, and all it really has to do is just hang on the wall with a couple of screws. So what you need to do at this point is grab a stud finder. This is really great because you could drag this along the wall and it's going to find the very center of every stud. I only need 2 brackets to span this whole length, and so I'm locating those, and I'm just going to go ahead and put these up and have this hold up the entire load of clothing. So if you've never had a stud finder before, it's really easy to use. Pop a battery in it and you're just going to hold the side button until you find the very center. Now this thing is going to beep when we get over this spot. Perfectly centered right there, so we're making a mark right in that spot, just like this. And then in order to find the location for the next bracket, we're going to hold the bracket up here and we're getting our level out. So I have a nice 48-inch level. It spans perfectly between these, and I'm just going to set this right on this spot until I get it nice and level. Beautiful. You can hang a lot of clothing on this. So no matter what style closet rod bracket you choose, all of them have a curve here that accommodates the closet rod. And what I'm going to do here is just measure for the closet rod. Mine is metal. I need to cut it. And so I'm just going to take my metal tape measure and I'm going to lay it right into that curved area and measure one side of the wall to the other side of the wall. Now this closet rod needs to be cut with a hacksaw. So there's a metal blade on here and it's relatively sharp. What I'm going to do here at the mark is I'm just going to take the blade and I'm going to drag it toward me. So this is exactly how it's going to go through the whole process. You know, you could go back and forth once you get a little ways through, but I find that it's much easier just to keep dragging it toward you. It makes the job a lot neater too, because the blade tends to kind of jump around if you try to go back and forth. There we go, all cut. So I'm going to place the cut end at the least visible corner of the closet. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take it, I'm going to set it directly into the bracket. Now that's just beautiful. Now that the closet rods are all in place, I'm getting ready to load all of my clothing and accessories back into the closet. And it's important to note that I didn't purge my closet prior to doing this, so all the same accessories and clothing are going right back in. All I'm really doing is creating more space for new items and creating a little bit more room between the existing items. So I'm using different hangers for different types of clothing, and this happens to be a velvet hanger. You've probably seen these in the store, and if you haven't tried them, they're really great for items that are very slippery. So this will prevent them from sliding off the ends and kind of falling on the floor. The other great thing about them is that they're very low profile and you could stack a lot of clothing one after the other and not have it get wrinkled. And then it has its cousin piece, which is non-velvetized. This is really great for sweaters or anything that's knit that you'd like to be able to slide off easily. So I also have 2 versions of padded hangers depending on what type of clothing I'd like to hang on these. I use the satin version for all of my t-shirts because the t-shirts can slide off very easily and the fabric can hang off of both sides and keep the t-shirt nice and crisp looking and wrinkle free. The fabric version I use for all of my sweaters, and I really love this because it doesn't create any of those lumps in the shoulders that you get with other hangers, and it actually grips onto the sweater really well, making certain that it's not going to slip and slide and fall onto the floor over time. And then I use skirt hangers like this with clips. I use this for hanging pants, for hanging shorts, any strapless tops you might have, or strapless dresses. It's really great, makes it really easy, and everything hangs nice and neat, all the same profile. So if you've never seen a jewelry organizer like this before, you need to run out and get one. It has so many great features to it. A lot of different see-through pockets on the front in different sizes, the same amount in the back. It hangs on a closet rod and it takes up minimal width in your closet. The great thing about this is you can look at it as you're getting dressed and you can match your clothing to your jewelry right then and there. So this closet is actually divided into 3 sections now. I have luggage very accessible on the floor, some folded clothing on the 2 shelves that I managed to eke out of this shelving system, all of my wonderful shoe containers, space for handbags, and then seasonal items such as shorts go way up at the top. So the second section was really my problem area. I still have the pants hanging at a height which allows them to hang freely. And next to that, I've placed the jewelry organizer, which makes it really convenient to get to at that height. I've managed to add a floating shelf in the middle, which makes it really easy to access handbags and shoes, any last minute items that I might have. And above that, I have all of my long hanging items, so I can accommodate a long dress here if I need to, hung way up high. And on the back wall, I've managed to place all of my out-of-season items way up high. I've maintained my middle rod where I place all of my in-season long items, and then I have all of my t-shirts below that. But next to that, I've added an area which holds some shorter scarves, and I can accommodate all of these belts and items like this along the side wall. So as promised, I'm going to show you the tool that makes all of this organization possible. This is the tool that I made for under 50 cents. This is an old mop handle that I painted white. I have a metal hook here that's attached with a couple of screws, so hopefully you can see that on camera. This is super easy. What this is going to do is going to allow me to stand on the floor and access all of the clothing way up high. So I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. So you're just going to take the handle, you're going to separate your clothes, just like this. You grab the hook and you can put the hook right up underneath that hanger and pull down your item. It's that easy. Well, if you have a small walk-in closet like I do, or you have a regular closet, look up because there's all kinds of wasted space just waiting to be utilized. This project cost me about $100 and you can expect the same on your end. And if you like this project, please like, share, subscribe, and follow, and visit my website and my Pearls of Wisdom playlist for more organizational projects like this that'll help you save money and time in the future. This is Renee Romeo of ReneeRomeo.com. Thank you so much for watching.